Hello everyone. Okay, this is a Refugium update, part 2. As you can see, there's not so much chaetomorpha in here. They're really all, for the most part, died off, almost. And things got so thick here, I got rid of most of my caulerpa, because the chaeto was just so thick that I didn't want it to sort of drown out and deprive the caulerpa of light. You know, and I didn't want the caulerpa to go, asexual and start changing the water and the milk and all that kind of stuff. So I got rid of most of my caulerpa. I kept a couple strands, put them in the corner, and just because, well, shortly after that, my chaeto just started getting all, chaeto start getting real white and slimy and mushy and just disintegrating. I have probably like a golf ball size piece now. I just kind of picked out some of the stuff that didn't seem totally dead and kind of kept that. And I think it's slightly growing. So I thought, what could it be? Maybe it was the lights. I had the 65K lights, the mini screw-on compact fluorescents. And, you know, I've had compact fluorescents in the past, plant tanks and whatnot. And, you know, fluorescent light bulbs, they don't last. You know, they might last for anywhere from 8 months, 10 months to a year. So if you think 8 months at a photo period of, 8 hours a day, okay, well, I was keeping my light on 24 hours a day. So, that's, 3 times the amount, versus an 8-hour day. So after a couple months, I was wondering, maybe I just need to change the bulb. Thought that was kind of the issue. But instead of getting a new one, what I did was I had a gift certificate to Home Depot, so I put an LED bulb on here. And since I didn't need a reflector, I spent $5. Got the reflector, took the reflector off and just kind of mounted it. And I put another LED bulb because I had a return from Home Depot that's just been sitting down here for a while, and I'm like, I'll return that and just get a bulb. So these are 5,000K, and the only reason I put 2 bulbs on there, the one on the right is 1,500 lumens, the one on the left 1,000 lumens, but they're 500K, they're 38 par, and did I say 500K, 5,000K? So I've heard people say they can grow chaeto and 2K, 3K, it's not too fussy. I don't know. So I kind of swapped the lights. I like this look versus the reflectors, and I thought I'll just blast the heck out of this area with light, to grow anything, whether it's macroalgae, microalgae, just any sort of algae in here versus in my display. So we'll see what happens. The caulerpa, it's growing really well. It's growing fast. However, the leaves look very light. There's kind of a lot of, I'll say, clear leaves. I should probably just cut those out and get them out. And I really don't think it's a light issue for the most part. What I think it is I tested my nitrates, and they're like 0.02. So they're very almost undetectable. Phosphates are 0. And, I had a little bit of algae issue in the display tank. And what I did with that was I changed my, my GFO out. I changed that out. And what I did was took a toothbrush, the one with usually at the very bottom at the store, like down by your ankles, because no one buys them. It's a very firm brush. I bought one of those, and I just kind of scrubbed the rocks My lights are out in the display, but I had a lot of algae on the rocks. Part of a new tank. But I scrubbed that off and let it drain in my filter sock, kind of replaced that. Did that a couple times, It's been pretty algae free up there for the most part, because it's sort of competitive. I can grow algae up there and, my phosphates are almost zero, or they read zero to me. Nitrates are, for the most part, zero, but, the algae's still kind of growing. I could have phosphates and the algae is just absorbing them and using them. So I want the algae down here, the macroalgae, obviously, to outcompete the other algae. So I've just been diligent of, kind of scrubbing the rocks with the toothbrush, freeing it of algae. I use a turkey baster also to kind of blast the algae and just the rock in general up there to kind of clear things off. My one thing, yeah, I could kind of turn my skimmer off. Someone had recommended that, but I'm not here to stop skimming to grow algae. If I'm not growing algae, that's fine as long as I don't have algae anywhere else. My goal is to have really low nitrates, really low phosphates. And perhaps when my fish get out of quarantine, I throw them up in my main tank, and I'm doing more feedings and whatnot, perhaps the algae will kind of thrive a little bit better. So yeah, that's where we're at. And, I'm really going to get one of these bulbs and put it in my kitchen, because when the lights burned out up there, I'm going to replace those with LEDs, which gave me the opportunity to, I went to eBay and they had some Chinese Par 38 bulbs, and I bought a 54 watter, and they had, I think 18 LEDs, a combination of green, red, and blue, because this is a very white light. It's very bright, it's nice and stuff, but algae really likes the green and the red spectrums, perhaps the blue too, but I'll throw one of those on. I'll keep one of the 5K bulbs in, and perhaps the algae will grow better. I could throw a couple mushrooms, some zinnia, or something down there, I don't know. What I did, I stacked the rock up here, just in a big pile, and so, give the pod something to kind of multiply in. And I'm not seeing a whole lot of pods. I see some amphipods here and there, and I don't know why. I've ordered a lot of pods, put them in, and but I don't see too many. But I have noticed here you can see this right here. You probably can't even see it. I don't have a macro lens on this iPhone, but I saw it and I'm like, oh wow, what's this? There's another one over here. Kind of moving across the glass. It almost looks like an amoeba or something, or kind of like a pillowcase, sort of stuck on the glass and just kind of crawls around. Turns out it's a flatworm, and I pulled some of them out here, and they're a little bit more prevalent. I can see 3 on the glass right now, and not a good thing to have. I haven't seen any in my display. I do have a 6-line wrasse up there, so he might be chomping on them, which is good. I'm not going to put a wrasse, or someone said I could put an arrow crab down here. I don't know. This is my whole point of having a refugium, is to grow algae and copepods. But so there's a treatment called, I think it's like flatworm exit. I need to probably buy that and treat them while their numbers are still low. Because if you have a lot and you treat them and kill them, they have a toxin in them, they'll release that toxin into the water column, and it can be bad for fish and coral and whatnot. So I'm going to order some of that, treat them while the numbers are low, and yeah. And what's my other update here? I'm going to get some grape caulerpa for this tank here. Someone from the Reef Club is offered to give me some. So I have 2 days off. I'm going to clean my tank some and, you know, maybe pick some of that up. And what else about the Refugium? You know, so I cleaned out a lot of that dead algae, the messed up slimy algae. I have this little piece here. I have my LED lights. This caulerpa, you know. I can see lines across the screen on my phone, you know. I guess it's something to do with the LED lights. I don't know. But, you know, you can see some of this caulerpa here. There's like some clear leaves to it. It just might need a food source, you know. Like I said, I have almost no nitrates. So, yeah, that's really about it with the Refugium. My LED lights, I'll let you know how they're doing. If they grow any type of algae, I'm for the most part happy. If I can keep that shadow a little bit alive, great. And yeah, that's really it. Thanks for watching.